Hello, everybody. Welcome to my YouTube channel, Lady D Psychic, and here with Katrina M today. So, hi, Katrina.
Hi, how
So
you
today,
going?
good. So today we're doing a video on the UK. So we're going to look at what's coming up for the UK for this year, and maybe beyond. We're going to look at doing the numerology and a little bit of the astrology for some of the people or key players in England that I've picked with what I think is going to happen. So we've
Hmm.
got Charles, we've got William, and then we have Keir Starmer, who's the Prime Minister, and Nigel Farage, who's his team has been coming up, kind of like Pauline Hanson in Australia, equivalent, basically. And they've actually won a lot of seats by what I understand their last election they had. Okay, Katrina. So let's start with Keir Starmer. So, Katrina, what did you get with the numbers with Keir Starmer?
So, um, I know that we shouldn't do this, but I did. I've plugged everyone in that we're doing today, and there is some similarities between all of them, but I won't go into that too much. But I will share with this gentleman, Keir. He has a lot of twos in his chart. He he's a person that is born on the second, and he's a life path 11, like a 2911 too. So, when you add his birthday together, it comes to a 29, right? Which is a two.
Mhm.
So he's also a destiny number 11. So he's a life path 11, destiny 11, birthday number two. So that's lots of twos in his chart. He's also a maturity number 22, so even more twos, right? Which is also a four. His soul number is also a four, and he's a Virgo. So with Virgo energy and the number four, they really like things in order and they do like control in the negative. He would be quite fixated. Um, I'm glad he's got the twos in his chart though, because that brings things into balance and harmony. So then he's good with working in partnership. I'd say that he doesn't have any ones in his chart, so it's funny that he's like in a leadership role, where he's actually got more too. So I reckon he'd have a very close companion that helps him do the job that he needs to do.
He has a lot of Libra
Um,
in his astrology chart. So his
oh, really?
yeah, so Moon, Mercury, and Venus are all Libra.
Wow. So that's interesting because I always find air energy with the twos very indecisive.
Yeah,
So he's probably a very indecisive man.
yeah,
His
fence
life
sitter.
Yeah, he would be definitely because of all those twos in his chart and with
Yeah.
the air energy in his chart too. His life lesson number is a three and an eight. So that's to be the business minded leader, but also learning about communication and learning from words. And I'm not surprised that he's actually in a place of leadership because he is actually in a nine pinnacle and a nine period cycle. And the number nine is so prevalent in connection with the king and with Prince Philip as well, which I'll go into when we talk about Charles. But yeah, the like nine energy is
You
just
mean
there's
William?
so much.
You mean real Prince William?
No, I'm
Oh,
talking about
Philip?
Prince Philip.
Oh, the one that
So
passed away.
Charles's
Okay.
dad, the one that passed away.
Oh,
So
okay, gotcha.
the number nine is everywhere, even included in connection with the Queen's passing as well.
Oh,
So it's really interesting that nine energy is really linked to a whole lot of stuff. And so I'm not surprised Kier is in a nine pinnacle and a nine period cycle while he's doing this role
is that
because that nine energy is very much connected to this stuff.
that's endings? Because nine is endings, right? Because I feel like he's
Yeah.
going to be kicked out. I did a video about last month, I think it was, because I feel like
Okay.
he's going to get kicked out. So that would be like in line with endings.
So nine is completion energy, but it's the compassionate humanitarian. But to me, like from a collective perspective, the number 11 and the number nine is very much all over these people. Okay, like everywhere, like in connection with everyone that you've given me to look at today. Like it's just, yeah, connected to both the number 11 and the number nine. And the nine I know has been connected to the royal family in such a big way.
Mm.
So Yeah, so that's unconditional love and forgiveness too. But to me, there's more to it, and I feel like there's a lot of undiscovered stuff in connection with the number nine with the royal family, 100%, because it seems like they are people like connect in with different master numbers as well and significant times and dates and stuff. Example, the Queen was announced um, dead when it was the 9th of the ninth in Australia.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so she actually died on the 8th of the ninth, but it was the 9th of the ninth here when she was announced, you know? So that nine energy, 9th of the ninth, there's like nines everywhere, right? So it's been something that I've been guided to years ago to do these numerology charts and see it so much. I'm like, wow. Anyway, I'll go into that a bit later when we talk about
He
Charles.
also
Okay.
with Keir Starmer, he's born with Pluto's Sun conjunction. So with the Sun being his life and Pluto's about destruction and rebuilding too. So
Yeah.
that, if that came in the
Yeah,
numbers
that's
as
the
well.
nine,
Yeah.
yeah, nines of, yeah. He
So
don't like he's in that space from age 52. So, like he's really stepped into that nine energy then. So it would be,
mm,
lots of letting go and like a consistent purging, I say. But because he's a Virgo and his soul number is a four and he's a maturity number 22 4. 22 is like working on things from a foundational level, which he would have been doing. But the four is all about structure and security, but in the negatives, control. So I reckon he'd be pretty controlling and
yeah.
he'd really need things in order. Like Virgos like things in order, but Virgos with fours in their chart, they're a little bit OCD. So I
Well,
would imagine he's a little bit OCD.
he is. I don't know. I just feel like that this year, or I don't know about this year, but I kind of feel soon going is change. But as I see a lady with blonde hair coming in,
Oh,
so
no.
yeah, I just feel like that he's going to get pushed out. I just feel like he's, as you said, indecisive, but weak leadership. And I feel
Yeah.
like I kind of feel like the ally is his king, Charles. And I kind of feel like there's a big change. And I feel like that's his like, I don't know, I just kind of feel like there's a big change, especially even when the king, I feel like there's going to be things happening with the
Mm.
king this year as well.
Yeah, well, I'm really getting the vibe next year from a numerological perspective for both of them.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah,
So
next year.
what do we get for Charles?
Next year for Kier, he's going to be in a 4 year, and Charles is going to be in a 9 year next year.
Um,
So yeah, yeah, and that nine energy is all over Charles. Like, and he got coronated on a number nine day. He was coronated on the 6th of May, my beautiful daughter's birthday. But yeah, in 2023, and it was a number nine day. His dad, Prince Philip, equals nine in numerology, and his name, Charles Philip Arthur George, is a nine in numerology as well. And then Prince Philip also died on a number nine day on the 9th of April in 2021. So some people say coincidence, but me, I say sweet synchronicity, baby,
there was
because
there was
all those
astrology.
nines.
There was also an astrology. I think there was I was watching something and I was saying that he has astrologers because there was something about I forget where the transits were that day too when he was getting coronated as well.
Yeah,
Um
it's not just in astrology, they do it from a numerological perspective too.
mm,
I was guided that the Queen passed away before she even did. One of my friends came to me and said, the Queen is going to be announced dead on my birthday, which is the 9th of the ninth. And she told me this in like the May or something. And I'm like, I don't need to know about this stuff. I don't need
well,
to know about this
I'm
stuff.
I'm
And
sus
she did.
about the Queen's past. Like me personally, I think I'm a bit sus. I know she was old, but I feel like the way it was done and then how fast the decline was to me. It was sus, and you can't trust a Scorpio. Charles is a Scorpio.
Well, my friend, she came and she said, Queen's already dead and she's going to be announced dead on my birthday on the 9th of the ninth. And then when Prince Philip had died, and I connected in with all the nine energy and I was blown away with all that nine energy. And then when she was announced dead on the 9th of the ninth, and now I'm learning, oh wow, Charles's destiny number, his name in numerology is a nine, and he's going into a personal 9 year next year. So
Hmm.
he'll finish his service next year for sure.
He does.
100%.
Well, he does have Chiron over his moon. So Chiron over the moon is pain in home. So and it's in the 10th house, the career house. He's already got Chiron in the 10th house already, which is the career. So,
Mm.
but there's some, and also he's got Pluto on the descendant. So Pluto, that destruction, rebuilding energy. The DC is about relationships.
Yeah, right.
So that's why I connected it up. But I just feel like that, um,
Yeah.
but I felt more this year. But we'll see what happens. Um,
Mm.
be interesting to see what happens. But yeah, I feel like it's going to get worse. And his chart links up with Andrew's and also Camilla. The three of them, their charts very link up in terms of transits.
Yeah, right. Well, it's like numerology. Like I said, there's a lot of links in the people that you've connected me to. So I'll share that. Kier, he's in 2911 life path, and so is King Charles.
Mm.
He he's an 11 life path, 2911. And then you bring his son into it, William, and he's also a 2911 life path. So come on, what are the chances of that?
I
Like,
know. I know.
hey, you give me four people, and three of them have got 2911 life paths they're all connected to the same sort of thing. Like, it's not coincidence here. But I will share with Charles, being a life path 11, which is a master number, very generally, they're quite intuitive, but the two is indecisive. But two likes partnership energy. His destiny number, like I said, is a number 9. And his soul number is a 44, which is an 8. So he should probably very much be connected to the earth. I wouldn't be surprised if he's good mates with Kier.
Well,
Um,
Charles has a Taurus moon.
yeah, so the earth energy. Yeah,
Hmm.
makes sense. Yep. And then his personality number is a 1. So there's that leadership. And other people see him as the leader. He's in a maturity number 2, but so he's very much partnership energy because he's got two twos. And as you can see, Kier's got twos in his chart and 11 too. So you can see the elements of the 11 and the 2 in, a lot of stuff in connection with the 9 as well. His birthday number is a 5, Charles. So I wouldn't be surprised, with the 5, that's a lot of travel, a lot of change. He likes freedom. And to be honest, not meaning this in a negative way, but people that hold 5s in their chart tend to play the field a bit. And we'll say, like, totally.
My
Even if
life
they're
path,
married.
my life path is 5. I'm a
Well,
life
you
path
play
five.
the field, do you? No, you
No.
don't. Don't. You're quite particular with who you talk to.
Yeah.
But no, like as in men, I find men that hold the number 5 in their chart. Um, and that's fair enough, but like that's what they tend to do. So I'm not
Yeah.
surprised. And the fact that
He's
he's a Scorpio, and
yeah.
they're the sign of pleasure,
Exactly. Yeah.
yeah,
And you know what? Well, he's actually gonna have there's gonna be a Venus retrograde in Scorpio this year as well.
yeah,
I
right.
didn't go
That's
forward and
interesting.
see, but it may hit some of the either the Chiron, Sun, or Mercury, which means yeah, there's going to be some not great stuff for him in that way as well. He's also in the 5th house with relationships. That's his Chiron, so wound. So relationships and children is part of his wound or part of his pain. He
Yep.
does have Mars there as well, so arguments, and Jupiter's also there too, which just brings a bit of luck. But he will never be happy with anyone that he's with.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, well, challenge number is a 2. His challenge number is a 2. So therefore, that's right. Challenge number is 2 is very indecisive, over analyzing options, and 2 is partnership energy. So he'd find that really challenging and hard to make decisions, and bringing things into harmony and balance too. His life lesson number is a 4. So, as a life lesson number, it's like, 4 is all about making sure that he's looking after his physical self. It's about you know, getting things in order, which is opposite to his birthday number. It's stability, security, and order. Whereas his birthday number's a 5, so he's probably used to being a bit free. Fives like freedom; they don't like being told what to do, and so that's him.
yeah,
Whereas the 4 is structured. So I would say that he probably, that part of his role as a prince as well as king, there's this set order, that he has to comply to as that king. Oh, and Prince. So that's been part of his life lesson number. And now I know he's needing to look after his health as well because he is quite aging, and he's actually currently in a period cycle 22, which is also a 4. So that's him, like working on things from a foundational level. That's him, doing that master builder energy.
Well,
Um, so
he's also got it's kind of conjunct, like they're a couple of degrees apart, like 2 degrees apart, but Neptune and Venus. So Neptune's that dissolving energy, and Venus is relationships and money as well.
yeah, yeah.
So
Well, that's that stability and that structure. So he would definitely. I feel like they're working on the foundations of something new, and I don't know if they're part of the New World Order sort of stuff, but I wouldn't be surprised that they are
I
because that's that 22 energy.
think
Um,
Charles is part of the what's it called? The WHO?
yeah, World Health Organization.
Not
Yeah, wouldn't be
in
surprised.
what's the other one? No, well, World Economic Forum. World Economic
Okay,
Forum.
yeah.
That one.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure
Yeah,
he's
we're
part of
still like
that.
connected to the
Yeah.
world and the earth because he's got that 44 in his chart, which is the earth energy. So like the whole world. So I know that he'd be like connected to something like that. He's in a pinnacle number 6 too. So to me, that's all about home, family, sensitivity, learning what's his responsibility. Like, when you're in a pinnacle 6, it is about responsibilities as well. So it's very much in the thick of that. And it's also connected to the heart. So I really feel like there's probably some stuff that he's having to deal with in connection with his heart as well, if he hasn't already.
Yeah,
I
he's
don't, like I
but
said, I'm coming from a clean slate. I don't watch the news or anything like that. So
he's
I'm just
got
going
look,
off my
I
numbers.
believe I know I think there's health issues too, but I also feel like he's a sore loser. I'm just getting he's a sore loser. Um,
Mm,
too is what I'm hearing. I feel like that I feel like he meddles too much in things that he shouldn't be. But let's look at Will, because what I'm getting, what even today, I was tuning in today, and I was getting the crowd was booing him, but then cheering for William, and I got a little chaos. We'll go into the country as well, but I've got like chaos as well. There's going to be mass protests. I kind of feel like there's a big thing about immigration, but sending them back, and I think that's going to be coming up this year, or the next
mm.
6 months. Um, there's a massive change in government. I just feel like there's going to be some changes in how the country's in run as well, too. But it's a thing about more
Yeah.
independent. Um,
Okay.
so I think I was choosing sides, but yeah, I did get the election. I looked it up. 29 was the election, and then I don't know if you want to go to Prince William or to Nigel. Which one do you want to do?
Um, I'm keen to do William.
Okay, let's look at William.
Yeah, and Nigel can be last.
Yeah, he's like the Pauline Hanson basically of the UK.
Oh, is he? Okay,
Yes,
cool.
yes.
All right, thanks. Well, you picked someone with my birthday, so go you.
Ah,
Um, yeah. Anyway, so William. William is also a 2911 life path, like Kier and like his dad. So very much like his dad. He holds a very similar numbers to his dad. He's got the number 11, 5, and 9 in connection with his dad. So William has 2 5s in his chart. So nobody's telling him what to do. Freedom's very important to him and travel as well. He likes to travel a lot. Probably a bit of a player himself, likes to play the field because he's got 2 5s in his chart. So that means that's amplified, right? Um, and he probably is going to create a lot of change for people when he does step into the role that he
mm.
will. His personality number is a 9. So that's where that 9 energy comes in, like his dad. And I don't believe that, when he was named, it was coincidence because as his name, he has 0 life lesson numbers. So that's pretty good. He's a birthday number 3. So that means he knows how to communicate. He knows how to talk. I feel like he says the right things at the right time in the right way to the right people.
well,
And
he's Mercury's in Gemini.
mate, there, look at that. Mercury's in Gemini. He's, on the cusp of Gemini and Cancerian. So if he's
So
a
he's
Northern
a
Hemisphere baby,
so we put it in the chart, like in the
yep.
system, he's a Cancer. So he's a zero
Okay.
degrees Cancer and Moon's also in Cancer too. So double Cancer.
Yeah, wow. So he'd be quite a bit of an emotional guy then. But
Oh, I see. So for me, Cancerians hold their emotions in because of the hard shell.
yeah, but still emotional.
Yeah, if you break the shell, so you find the weakness, you break that shell, and the emotion's going to come out, but
Yeah,
they will
right.
hold it in. Yeah.
Yeah. They tend to be quite family orientated Cancerians too.
Yes.
But anyway,
Yeah. Big
um,
hearts.
I know that he's a communicator and he'd be funny too. He's a birthday number 3, you know, so not surprised there. His challenge number at the moment is a 2. He's born in 82, so that means that he is 40,
He's
44 this year.
yeah, same age as me. I'm older than
Yeah.
him.
Oh, really?
Yes. So
So
yeah,
he'll be 44 soon,
yeah.
but his challenge number is a 2. And I always find that people that hold an 11 in their chart, like because he's an 11-2 life path, can be indecisive anyway. And if they've got air in their chart, which you said it's in Mercury,
Mhm.
Gemini, and if he's got any air, other air in his chart, it's going to be amplified to be over analyzing his options. So a bit indecisive as well. Can I get caught up in his mind space? Um, is a talker, quite intellectual. He has a 7 in his chart. So, like sevens like history and they tend to like the truth too, but he'll be more in that when he's turns 45 into teaching people as well. With that sevens though, he holds it in his chart. So they tend to like, you know, is a knowledgeable guy and likes to be intellectually stimulated. I feel like I wouldn't be surprised that he reads a lot as well. I can sort of see a lot of books around him.
Well, he's got a lot of
Um,
planets in the ninth house. Ninth house is the learning we learn, the higher learning. It's also he'd be actually quite psychic, actually, a bit spiritual.
Mm. Yeah,
Because
well,
he's
the
got
7 is the number of spirituality, and I feel like that will come in even more so when he turns 45.
yeah, but he's got conjunct. So the fifth house is relationships. He's got conjunct Chiron and Venus. So part of his
Oh,
wound is money in relationships.
yeah,
Um,
okay.
and we've got yeah, but see, this part of this year and but more next year, he's gonna have Jupiter in the eighth house, and that's inheritance.
Yeah.
It's more money, but it can be well, I usually say it's more money, but it's like inheritance.
Yep, next year, I reckon. He's in a pinnacle 5 in a period cycle 3 as well. So with that 5 energy, it's already in his chart twice. And, to me, that is, like all about massive change, big shifts, and even a bit of chaos in there as well, and things really happening outside his comfort zone, and the need for him to be grounded, and hang out in nature is important with all that fire changeable energy around him. Now he's in a period cycle 3, so that is all about that communication amplified because he's a 3 birthday, and you said his Mercury is in Gemini. So, like that is amplified. It's all about communication. It's about networking. It's about finding the right words. And I wouldn't be surprised that with all that reading material that he's doing, that he's actually creating stuff in connection with teaching people in the future. I can see him writing a book or, educating you feel like educating people like this written material is going to be teaching people stuff. That's what I can see anyway. But he's also in his joy and happiness. Like 3 is about being social and having fun too, and so I can see that for him as well. Now I will share next year when I pre-predict that Charles is going to step down from being king or whatever, because he'll be in a 9-year next year. um uh, I see that William's going to be in an 11 years. So to me, that's his life path number. So I see relatable, So I feel like that will be a very important year for him, for William next year, because he's going to be stepping into that,
Well, at the
you know.
moment, Jupiter's in its seventh house. That's relationships. That's people. So
Yeah,
good
actually,
luck
I think
with.
it's more a 2 energy that is, but still, even that 2 energy is going to be a thing for him.
Mm,
Yeah.
I think you'll have to clean up the mess. I have a feeling he's going to be cleaning up his dad's mess.
Yeah, right. Let me
Uh,
see. Yeah. Um, yeah, he'll be in a 2 year. So, yeah, that's all about, bringing things into harmony and balance. And that's his life path number. He's an 11-2. So he'll be really stepping into that. It is a it's going to be a challenge for him as well, but it's going to be a theme,
Mhm.
decision making and stuff like that. But
So,
yeah,
so we got Nigel
yeah.
as
Let's have a
well.
look at Nigel. Oh, Nigel. Of course, he's connected to the nines as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I told you. Seriously, anything to do with the royal family and that, like nines, man, everywhere. Yeah,
See,
everywhere's the nines.
I did go for it today. So in 2029, Jupiter will be in the second house, and that is pay rise. So if an election is called in 29, there is a big chance that he could be elected.
Yeah, right. Okay.
Mm,
It's like trying to shine the light on me because it's getting dark in my background.
I know.
There we go. The
I know.
iPad. Yeah. So Nigel is a life path number 9. He's actually a 27/9. He's born on my birthday, legend. And so 9 life path, 9 destiny, 9 maturity. So this guy, man, like massive with the nines. Does a consistent purging and doing an Elsa, I say, letting it go, letting it go, letting it go. Forgiveness has been a theme for his whole life. I don't even know who this guy is, but anyway, the compassionate humanitarian, the volunteer. I would say he would have volunteered a lot of time throughout his life. His soul number is a 7, so his heart desires to be the truth seeker, to like share his wisdom and knowledge, and like the truth is something that's really important to him. His
Mhm.
personality number is an 11. So there's that 11 and the 9 again, right? So we've got a current theme here with all these people. And he's also a birthday 3, so he doesn't mind having a yarn too. So he's a good talker too.
Well, yeah, his moon's in Sag. His Mercury's
Yeah,
in
right.
Taurus. So he's a bit of a mix. He's got Venus, Mercury in Taurus, Mars in Aries, Aries Sun, but Moon in Sag. So the Sag really helps him to talk. And I can see that in him, the very youthfulness that he has. And I- he has been in Parliament before that I know of. But his party is very much sort of right leaning. But I know they're doing very well at the moment. But he does have Saturn over his sun at the moment, which is causing him a bit of problems. And he's also got Neptune over the Mars, which is make him feel maybe less motivated and maybe less angry as well, too.
I reckon next year is going to be very big for all of these people. Nigel's going to be in a 9 year next year, and he's got all those nines in his chart. His life lesson numbers are 2, 4, and 8. And so that's all about stability and structure, decision making, and being the business minded leader. So learning about legalities and stuff. And that's this year. He's getting his legal stuff in order. That's the 8, right? He's going to be abundant in wherever he's directing his focus. He's also in a challenge number 2. So all these guys are in challenge number 2s, right? They can't make a bloody decision. They overanalyze all their options and stuff. Their harmony and balance isn't there. He's also in a pinnacle cycle 6 and a period cycle 2. Very much like Charles. Like Charles is in that 6. And he's also from what, yeah, in a 22. So that 2 energy as well. So um yeah, this Nigel could be a bit sensitive and take things personally when he probably doesn't need to. Um, but yeah, so he's learning what's his responsibility. 6 is also the healer, right? So healing energy, and when people are in the 6 energy, they'd like to try and fix things. I think he is quite compassionate and caring though.
I think
But I
so.
feel like he needs to take his own. He needs to look after his own self as well. I feel like I don't want to say he's neglected his family, but I feel like he has a bit because he's busy trying to help other people, that he hasn't focused locally on his
Well,
own stuff.
I guess he got the moon in the fourth, so he's a bit emotional when it comes to family. He will
Yeah.
have, if it's not next year, it's the year after that, Uranus will be in his 10th house, and that will be unexpected things in the career as well.
Oh,
So,
yeah, new beginnings. He'll be in a 1 year then.
so it'll be interesting. But what do you get for England itself? I know you also do the country, the
So
numerology.
England is a 3 in numerology. And if I add it to the universal number, like of this year, it's a one, so that would be a four personal year for the UK, as it would be in Australia too. So that's the foundations and getting grounded and getting things in order and working on that stability and safety and structure. So there'll be significant shifts next year because it's going to be a um a 5 year. If you add the name numerology to the year together, that's what I sort of connect in with, and it'll be a 5. So I feel like there's going to be significant shifts. So I wouldn't be surprised that, William does get in because he's going to be in a personal 2 year. He's in an 11-2 life path, and he's very much connected to the fives. He's in a 5 pinnacle, and he's got all those fives in his chart. He's a 5, destiny and soul number.
Hmm.
So, and then, connected to the 3 and the 2 of the year, that's a 5. So, wouldn't be surprised
We'll see.
if that happened. Massive shifts, massive big changes. And I feel like for Australia too, because that's in alignment with Australia. Australia and England, both threes in numerology. And I don't believe that's coincidence either because we're part of the Commonwealth, aren't we?
Yeah, we
Us
are. We are.
Australians. So,
And Prince William, his MC's in Scorpio, which represents there needs to be a power play, because Scorpio is the old ruler of Mars
yeah, right.
too. But no, I see it as being decides, taking sides somewhere. But it's interesting to see what's going to happen. Um,
Mm,
but I do feel like it's going to be, yeah, more protests, more people coming out. I mean, like celebrities, they're choosing sides. So, but we'll see what happens. But thank you,
mm.
Katrina. And if you want to
You're
contact
welcome.
Katrina for a numerology reading, what's your Facebook and your website?
Katrina M, clairvoyant numerologist.
Okay, and I'll put it in the links down below too. So
Awesome.
thank you, Katrina, and
Thank you for having me, Lady D.
that's okay. So. Yeah.